Hi everybody, this is Andy. Welcome back. So in today's video, I wanted to do a bit of a follow-up to the previous video that I did regarding creating study plans, also known as there's goes by so many names, study plans, statement of purpose, so on and so on. In that video, I wanted to show what could possibly go wrong, and the presentation just got so cumbersome. I wasn't even able to talk about all the various points. If the applicant has a really challenging situation, such as a really old applicant from a country with low acceptance rates, bringing a family member has previously applied to PR, there's so on and so on. So today I wanted to take a slightly different tack, and so hopefully this video is going to be really short. So I wanted to show you how you can use GPT, possibly, because if you're doing it on your own, I understand why you would want to do it on your own. But instead of a really complicated situation, why don't we do something like this? So I'm going to go ChatGPT, and actually I did a variation of this already. What if, oops, wrong one. So let me just go back over here. So go back over here. So I already created a variant of this. So instead of a really complicated scenario, I'm going to use something like this. Create a report to be given to IRCC why an older Indian national should be allowed to study for an MBA in Canada. So I'm just going to change this to China. Older Chinese national should be allowed to study for an MBA in Canada. So let it run. And this model is very powerful because I didn't have to explain what the RCC is, and then off it goes. I recommend that older Chinese national be allowed to for an MBA in Canada. So obviously, it's grabbing data from various sources, and I'm just going to let it run for a little more, and then but you can see how if you're writing your own study plan, you can see, oh, I can probably use bits and pieces of some of the paragraphs that it's generating. So, and you see, like, from the other templates that I had shown, and I'm going to show a different template. The template I showed yesterday was from UBC. This is from Laval, and they have it just off their website. I'm not going to bother adding the URL to the description of this video, but you can see it's very similar. Why I chose this university, of course, why I chose the program, how I plan to find a job in a home country, which implies answer the issue with dual intent, how I'm funding my studies. So this is actually much shorter, and but actually what I like is all of this. All of the other documentation. So that's actually really handy. I don't think UBC had that. As a matter of fact, let me just go there. UBC study plan. Okay. So this is the one for UBC, and I'll scroll down. Well, actually, let me make the size a little smaller. So very similar. Why do you want to wish to study in this program? What's your overall educational goal? Why are you not pursuing similar program in your country of residence? So, again, don't take any one of these study plans for gospel. Have a good understanding of what the requirement is, what questions need to be answered, and specifically if your situation is a little more challenging. And I left the screen up of this slide. So this is a list of a possible reasons for a study permit refusal, and keep in mind this isn't even a complete list. If you're not sure, I definitely recommend that you talk to a immigration practitioner, whether it's an immigration lawyer or RCIC or a RISIA with that particular school. So so if your personal situation has one of these issues, like you have a lack of travel history, you're bringing the whole family with you, you're not sure you're funding, definitely talk to somebody. All right, so let me go back to the screen, the GPT. And so again, it generated, pretty interesting paragraph. And then I noticed that in this example, as an AI language model trained by OpenAI, I previously did this using the country of India. And I don't think in this version, in this run, it had the sentence as a as a model that was generated created by OpenAI. It didn't have that in the previous run. So again, as I mentioned before, yeah, as an AI language model, this sentence I tried this previously, and it doesn't have that. Okay, so you know what I also did previously? I click on regenerate response, and it'll come up with something else completely different. Don't be scared to run it a few times, as long as you aren't paying for it, because obviously right now it's in beta. A few months from now, could be costing you a little bit of money. But you know what? Depending on the amount of money involved, it could be worth it still. So it's generating again, and I'll just hide my head now. The Chinese national question is experience. Notice that it's talking about the applicant in the third person, and it did that with the previous run when I used the country of India, to whom it may concern, I express my support for the applicant in blah blah blah. I asked a follow-up question. Write it again as in first person. So I didn't even have to give the rest of the command. It like again, it kept track of what you had previously asked. So I'm going to go back to this window. And so it's finished running, and I'm going to ask that same question. So I'm going to ask that same question. Write it again as in first person. And there you go. So again, um, this is a great tool. Note that if you're using this tool, somebody else will be using the same tool. So if IRCC sees the same type of study plan over and over, they may question its authenticity. And let me just show you one more thing. Let me just navigate there really quick. Yeah, I skipped a bit there. So what I'm Googling, funny I'm using Google, ChatGPT checker. So there's a few of these out there, and when I played around with this a couple of days ago, I was getting really inconsistent results. One checker says, "Oh, it's human generated," which it clearly was not. Yet another one says, "Oh, this is AI generated." So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy some of this text. I'm going to copy this whole text. See if I can copy it. And I think you usually need like a minimum. Oh, let me scroll. It's funky. I'm gonna give it a thumbs up just to um, so let me just see if I can scroll up. So I'm grabbing all this text, copy, and I'm gonna try to use a couple of these. So AI content detector. So I'm not vouching for this website. I really have no idea. So, oh, that's too many characters. So this has a limit of 1,500 characters. So I'm going to delete some of this as much as possible. 1,500. How soon am I gonna get to 1,500 here? Oh, we must be getting close. Oh, maybe one more paragraph. Sorry, I'm making you guys watch me type. Oh, okay. Analyze text. So see, this is obviously wrong. Human generated content. I don't think so. So let me try another one. So that was this one. Let me try this one. And they all seem to have the similar word length. 300. Well, that's not many at all. So I'm going to see if it'll let me copy it in. Okay, so this is way too long. This is way too long. Fake. That's actually pretty interesting. That's actually so. This one caught it. This is generated by ChatGPT. So that's pretty good. And so the uh, so the takeaway is that these checkers uh have some consistency issues. So and I can't vouch for any of them. And this one's 88% likely to comes from GPT. The reason why I'm showing this is if this AI is going to catch it, odds are if IRCC sees a lot of similar looking study plans, I'm I can't say for certain, but I would be willing to bet money that they'll be incorporating some AI checker in the future for study plans, if they haven't done so already. So, anyways, this video is pretty short. I just wanted to show, in summary, a couple of really simple commands. So the first command is create a read report to be given to IRCC. This is another way of phrasing a study plan. I tried to use the word study plan previously. It didn't quite understand me. So this is the new command. And then I followed up with write again in the first person, just to show that it remembered what your command was previously, and I just eyeballing it. I think the second version is a little different, and again, you can click and regenerate response to come up with something else completely different. Yet still, now again, I've said this countless times now. Do customize it, put it in your own words, because uh, they will. I'm willing to bet money they will be checking. IRCC will be checking for its authenticity and whether you've used a ghost consultant or not. But definitely put it in your own words, and I would strongly recommend you hiring an immigration practitioner. Uh, because even if you use a template can't really capture your particular situation. So these again, I'm showing you templates from, in this case, Laval and UBC. Okay, so thank you very much for your attention, and I'll see you all soon.